Hi, I hope you're having a great day. I have a message here. This one's about how to have a healthy argument. So, when we're talking about having arguments, it's never a good thing. Arguments are, they can be good. It's probably something that you need to get to the bottom. So, there's a few guidelines that can help these arguments end quicker because you're probably going to have them, but maybe you can just put them to rest a lot sooner if you follow just a few guidelines that you can keep in mind, and it'll work for just about every argument you have with anybody. Just let the person who's most upset speak first because they need to vent, and just listen, okay? So don't interrupt. When someone is speaking, just don't interrupt. Even if you feel like there's something that you want to say, don't say it. Just wait. Because sometimes these things that you want to say are going to pass, and you might not need to say them if you listen to the whole conversation. You might change your things. So just let them kind of vent, let them say what they want to say, and listen. Don't interrupt. Listen to the cues from their heart. You can tell where they are in their heart and in their head. Like if they're really upset, like they're feeling hurt, wounded, or if it's more of like an offense to their ego. So listen to the difference. Like, is this an ego thing? Somebody offended them, and or you offended them, or they feel, I don't know, maybe somebody was disloyal and they just feel betrayed. So just listen, okay? Because if it's a heartfelt thing, then they're acting on their emotions, opposed to if it's something with their ego and they're acting on their pride. So you really want to determine between the two. You may be able to tell that they are struggling with something non-relative to the argument. That's another thing. They're having a bad day. Just let them talk, okay? And understand that. Like, is this something more to this? Because some people have arguments and it's not even really their problem. They had something really bad happen or they're upset about something, but this argument's coming out of nothing. So just try to, figure that out. Tell yourself to just listen because in an argument, it's hard to listen. Yeah, you have to remind yourself to listen because you're just going to want to say something. You might want to cut them off. It's really hard to listen because you're thinking of what's yourself, like, oh, what am I going to say? They just said this. What can I say? So just listen. Don't think about what you're going to say. Uh, don't keep those things in an argument. Things like that. And arguments linger. You just tell them, I'm sorry that you feel that way. I don't know anything I can help. Like I apologize if I offended you. And then that's the end of the argument. Like somebody can just like basically vent a little bit and that's the end of it, right? And don't be offended by somebody venting and maybe speaking loudly when they're upset because that's normal, okay? Put yourself in the other person's shoes. This will help you understand things from their perspective. Have empathy. Listen for clues to what else is happening. A lot of times people upset, like I said, so just listen for clues like, okay, is this person trying to tell me something that they don't know how to say it? And so they're upset because there's something that's been bothering them. Like, let's just say you keep leaving your socks, I pick them up. They're mad about something else. Or they're mad about the socks that you keep leaving on the floor, but it's really something else, right? Maybe you're not giving them enough attention. Maybe they don't feel urgent. So just listen. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. I already said that. So put yourself, so you're gonna don't interrupt and you're gonna listen and you put yourself in their shoes. So that that's your ability. You're not supposed to solve everybody's problem. Try to stick with them. Okay, when they're done talking now, they pretty much said what they needed to say. And if there was something you really felt like you had to say, now's the time to say it, but actually not right this second. Repeat what they say. Repeat what your words say. And then give them some feedback. Okay, so you want to repeat what you heard them say and how you understood it, and tell them you are trying to hear them out. Let them know, okay, I hear you. That'll calm them right down if they're upset. And so next you're gonna say like, okay, so I heard everything that you said, but was there something else? Did you have a good day or something like that? Like, weren't you upset about something yesterday? Is that still bothering you? Like, is that part of this? Like, we can talk that out too. If you want to bring that up, if you feel like that might be really what's wrong with them. If not, don't bring it up. Just repeat what they say. So I understand that this is what you said, and hey, I hear you. So that'll help that out. And that might end the argument. The argument should stop. Very common. One person has and they get all wound up in the argument too, and now two people are arguing back here. But it's your turn in terms of speak in terms of I felt when you did this, that it meant that I saw you do this and that offended. Just say how you felt about something that they did. How, from your perspective, what they did and how it affected you. That's how you need to speak. Don't say, you made me feel like this because you did that. Or you said this to somebody else and you didn't do this and you should have done that. And why did you do that? And you. Instead, put it out that, okay, it's okay that they did what they did, even if it's not okay. But in a sense, you're talking about this is how I felt when you did what you did. So what you just said in this argument made me feel like, so I felt like you're blaming me for something that somebody else did instead of saying you're blaming me for something somebody else did, you're going to say, I feel like you might be blaming me for something somebody else did. You see how that's going to keep them from reacting? Where if you say, you said this, you're blaming me, that's going to put them straight on guard. They're going to maybe want to be more aggressive. This whole time you want to keep it where they're not feeling like they need to be an aggressor. You're not playing if they play if you don't want to feel like you're an aggressor, and you're doing that by listening to them and tell them that you hear them and you're looking at things from like that. And so that's how you have healthy arguments. That way you can work through whatever the problem is. And it's hard to do that, but you'll find yourself calm down just because you're trying to see something from their perspective. Even if you're really upset, you tell yourself, I'm going to listen to this. It's going to be so much more productive. And that's all I wanted to talk about. Thank you.